LJP is also a big winner. Out of the 29 seats that they fought, they're already leading in 11. They had none last time around. The RLM and the Hum party, the smaller parties, have 9 seats between them. So the smaller parties are also pulling their weight in the NDA alliance. As far as the India alliance is concerned, it is all the way the RJD, even though the RJD is down 30 seats from last time. The RJD was the single largest party last time around with 75 seats. It's down 30 seats. The Congress is down 7. Congress contested 70 last time, won 19. Right now, contesting 61, leading only in 12. So the Congress's strike rate is further less than what it was last time around. The CPML has 6. VIP has opened his account with 1. CPM and CPI at 1 each. Again, the left parties had 15 last time around. They're down to just 8. So the smaller parties are also not pulling their weight in the India alliance. It's the RJD that's doing the bulk of the heavy lifting in the India alliance. It's the RJD that's doing the bulk of the heavy lifting, and that's not good enough to compete with the NDA.
The RJD is also minus. The RJD is also minus, and interestingly, the way Chirag Paswan is pulling out of 29, if he's leading in 11, and if he settles somewhere around 15, does he make up a strong candidate for a deputy chief minister? And then, is there a possibility that the future leadership in Bihar could move to perhaps younger shoulders?
Younger shoulders, and also he will, I think, then get a confidence to do what they've been talking about before the election, is to turn him into a Bahujan leader rather than just the leader of the Paswan community.
Bahujan leader,
yes.
And then does Nitish also then get to call who his successor, legatee, will be within the JDU? Because JDU now finds itself very strong.
Yes, I have a quick data point. Assuming that there will not be a prominent BJP leader in the government.
No, the second deputy CM. I'm not saying the first one. The first one will be a BJP guy,
right,
BJP person.
BJP deputy CM.
2 BJP deputy CM. Now there'll be one deputy CM from the BJP and one from the SB.
That in the psephology of these seats of JDU and BJP, the JDU right now is retaining about 24 odd seats, but it's gaining in among its seats. 25, 26 are gains.
Yeah.
With BJP, the retention is around 40, 42. But the gains are about 15. So in terms of the JDU is actually really powering
more
this.
than
By the way, interestingly, RJD is also gaining certain seats.
Yeah,
RJD is gaining about 25, 26, it's gaining 30, 30
But
odd.
overall, because they had 75 and they were the single largest last time, they're down 30 this time. But
they're down
again, they're neck and neck, BJP and JDU. And I suspect, if these trends hold, I suspect that the JDU might actually end up as the single largest because of this. The gains that the JDU have are substantially higher than any party in the field. Forget about just the NDA partners, but any party in the field has not got 16 gains. So a large number of these gains could potentially be those RJD seats. RJD is down 30 from last time. Those RJD seats which they won against JDU candidates because of the Paswan factor. Paswan again leading in 10 seats right now. We'll see where he ends up. But neck and neck right now between the BJP and the JDU. And I think it'll be clear that not only will Nitish Kumar be the chief minister, I think he will also decide the future course of his exit, what the future of his party is going to be, etc., etc. To that extent, the weight of the BJP within the alliance might actually come down.
Just on an aside, Sohail said, if you're listening to our viewers, a viewer has said, Sir, Jamtara Bihar mein nahi hai, Jharkhand mein hai. Jharkhand mein hai. So the Jamtara, when you knew that, and so was Jamshedpur in Bihar at one point in time when I went to school there, ab wo Jharkhand mein hai. Ji, yes.
No. What I actually did point out at that time, but I didn't want to say it out loud, but I'm glad that the reader did, because this is a sore point with all Jharkhandis, because despite the fact that they're a separate state now, they're always kind of clubbed with Bihar. Coming to the JDU,
Bihar will be happy to pass off Jamtara
coming to the
Jharkhand.
JDU, I've been deeply in touch with their backroom for a while now. As I said, they lost 32 seats because of LJP in the last election. They said we want to recover at least 15. If we recover 15, then we are home and dry, and we'll be happy to have that. They were very, very silent when it came to Chirag Paswan. They didn't say anything to piss him off or, flare up any kind of a conflict. Although Nitish Kumar was said to be quite upset that he had got 29 seats, but they kept a lid on it. And all these pre-election NDA meetings, they were pretty serious about it, and I think they did well in terms of ticket distribution.
No, and I think Chirag Paswan quietly has also made amends with Nitish Kumar. He's also quietly behind the scenes gone ahead.
He said that this is the first election he's contesting assembly election as part of the NDA. This is the first time. And this bad blood that is between the JDU and the LJP, he said, this thing would be to quieten it down. We want to post a good performance within the alliance.
And you will
for
see,
our
you will see if the results stay and if these results hold and if they consolidate further in favor of the NDA. You will also see Chirag Paswan going ahead, perhaps touching Nitish Kumar's feet, and then that entire arrangement coming through.
I just want to make an announcement. 1 second, please. 1 second. So, if you're watching us on YouTube, CNN News 18 currently is at 83,000 concurrents. So, 83,000 people are watching CNN News 18 right now. The number 2 channel, less than half of them are watching. So, thank you very much, viewers, for watching us on YouTube, on Connected TV. There you go. That's the
numbers. Those are the numbers, undeniable. Like we're saying, we're putting it all on the screen. It's not just numbers.
Best data so far.
Yeah, that's the best data. That's the best data. अरे sir, नीचे का data भी तो best data है, authentic है, real data है. क्या बात कर? But this is the happy
right
data.
Now,
Let's have a look.
थोड़ा
आइए भाई पास आओ. जरा दिखाओ हमारे viewers who are watching us on YouTube. We're going to thank them specifically. Let's say, and that's the green number. So big round of applause to our viewers for backing us and watching us here at CNN News 18. This result is live. Let the trends continue. Both in the YouTube and on the screen. That's what.
I think, Zaka, last time BJP had contested 110, so 110 seats, and JDU has contested 115 seats.
So there were 5 candidates who were on BJP symbol, but they were independent candidates. So it was 115, 115.
Okay.
There were 5 seats that were given to independent
5
candidates.
seats, the independent candidates on the BJP symbol. So 115. This time 101. So they both reduced their number of seats, but they are increasing their strike rate. You look at the fact that they, rather than contesting more seats, they're contesting less, upping their strike rate. So individual number of seats conversion is going up. And the allies are also happy. The local allies are happy in LJP. Ham was a little upset, but their strike rate is good too.
Both at 62, but the JDU has gains of 19 and the BJP losses of 12. One part is, like I said, because they're fighting less seats. But yeah,
Zaka, if you look at the
146 now, sir. 146.
If you look at the India Alliance story, of course they are failing and faltering, but all constituents are actually, constant. It is not that the Congress is, dipping. Even the RJD is not doing well, and some of the smaller allies are doing very badly. That IP Gupta party and that other VIP. And the Congress performance is not that bad in that proportion.
Sir.
Yes, down to 14 out of 16 seats.
Sir.
Because they had 19 last time. They're leading only in 14. They're down 5
But
in
you
Congress
look at
party.
RJD.
No, but
look at RJD. You look at
proportionally,
VIP.
every India constituent is going down.
That is what I'm saying. So the alliance is failing.
That is because, sir, the team loses if you don't play cohesively.
Team loses because
Sir,
captain
one
is
says
captain
let's
is
go
not
for a
well.
run, the other one says no, I'm going to stand here, going to go for a boundary in the next over.
I think the story is clearly a story of alliance chemistry.
Alliance
The
chemistry.
chemistry in
I think that's a fair
the
point.
NDA alliance was very visibly there.
Yeah.
Whereas in the opposition alliance, the numbers clearly indicate that there was no gelling
So
between
trust
the parties.
factor on Nitish, alliance chemistry, two pearls coming from Sandeep. Yeah, Priyam Gandhi Modi.
Yeah, no, about the Congress story, it's a bad number. It's like saying that it's on ventilator and you're still justifying that zinda to hai, that's
No, but
not
you should give
good.
the book to Tejashwi Yadav and ask him what if there was no Congress in your alliance.
Exactly, that would be a whole different story.
You should actually give your book to Tejashwi Yadav and say what if there was no Congress in your alliance.
I think there is a fundamental issue with the opposition alliance, which is that all these guys have traditionally opposed the Congress. Fundamentally, for the Congress, and whether it is Samajwadi Party or it's RJD, it's an existential issue. If Tejashwi wins, it pretty much destroys the Congress going forward. And therefore, how can you have a coherent...
Sir, 18 seats, 18 seats ka leads not yet out, but the NDA is nearing 150 number. So 160 looks possible at this point with respect to leads. Look at the bottom of the screen, 149, 64 to the BJP, 64 to the JDU, both of them batting strongly for that alliance, and they should hit the 150 number. We'll have a few key race alerts also, but first to the live result hub. Griha has got some updates. Yes.
Okay, one update that we are getting for you, Anand, is coming in from Patna Sahab. Congress candidate Shashank Shekhar is leading. But I would like to get in an update on the rounds of counting like we have been looking at as far as EVMs is concerned. So first up, we are getting a lowdown on Bharatiya Janata Party, the number of constituencies that the BJP is leading on. And right now, the details that we are getting in is that the first round of counting is currently on, except in... Rajnagar, where the second round has started, and also in Aura, where the third round of counting has begun. So far, round 1 is what's going on, but in 1 or 2 constituencies is where we are seeing the second and third round of EVM counting that has begun. Same is true if we take a look at the number of constituencies where the RJD is leading. So far, there is round 1 that's going on, except in Danapur and in Baniapur, where the second round of EVM counting has begun. And all of these constituencies is where RJD is leading. So this is what is the latest that's coming in as far as the rounds.
So the RJD candidate is leading in Mahua and Tej Pratap is trailing. That's the key race alert. Tejashwi Yadav is actually leading in Raghopur. Congress party leading in 17 out of 61 contested. Better strike rate as of now in terms of leads compared to the 19 out of 70 that they eventually totaled in 2020. So the Congress would say, "Yaar, पिछली बार से better किया."
Being brought back to life. Yeah, Nalin, you wanted to make a point.
I want to make the point we're making for 2 days now. 2 points actually. One, we are seeing a replication of the Lok Sabha result of 2024. In the Lok Sabha, the JDU had 72 seats. The BJP had 68 seats. And when you extrapolate the Lok Sabha to Assembly constituents, this result is pretty much looking like that. And that's also because the point that Professor Shastri was making, that because of the alliance chemistry, the same alliance fought exactly the same way in the Lok Sabha, unlike in 2020, when LJP was cutting the votes. I'm also looking at the vote share numbers from the Election Commission. The BJP is at 26.2% of the vote at the moment. RJD is 24.13%. And JDU is 15.15. That only further underscores the point about alliance, because the votes, while the votes are disparate, they are very concentrated in certain pockets.
In certain pockets, and point is that the BJP may still remain the single largest party, with the JDU not so far behind, but it's actually propped up and pulled up the JDU. Have they really mastered their strategy? Because you said alliance chemistry. Somebody said, let's credit Amit Shah for what this is happening. Sohail said we should credit Amit Shah for brilliant poll management. But also, did they get it right? Did they understand the sentiment on ground right, that you cannot nail Nitish and to the ground and try and win this election, because it's not going to happen? Is the BJP now realizing the importance of the regional allies in certain states, so especially where it's playing second fiddle?
No, absolutely it is, and the decision to go with and to align again with Nitish Kumar was important. And the result,
150 152 leads.
Anant,
232, 152. G.
26% vote share for BJP at the moment. If this number holds, that's a 6% bump from the Lok Sabha election. And compared to the last election, that's a 7% bump. So it's actually showing that BJP as a party is growing in this election, just as JDU is growing.
Yeah, I think, is this the new recalibrated strategy, that rather than grow at the cost of the other, let everybody grow and we'll grow a little more along with that?
So I think in Bihar it is a function of the fact that there was no alternative for the BJP. BJP doesn't have a local leader, and the caste matrix is such that the JDU's caste basis and BJP's caste group, you have to they complement each other very well. So they're not competing with each other, so they work very well as an alliance.
Is always stuck between the politics of social justice and Hindutva. Unlike in UP, Hindutva does not have a statewide appeal and a largish base where you can hit the critical mass of forming the government on your own. So it's always been a situation where the BJP needs the help of one of these old socialist Mandalwala parties, and Nitish has always been their steady ally
what happens after
since
that?
95.
No, Nisula, what happens after Nitish? I mean, you've been saying that this is possibly his last election. What happens? Does Bihar also mirror UP then?
No, I don't think so. I think there will be some sort of a recalibration of that old kind of a politics in a new way, which Nitish did close to 2000, which is when he created, from the larger Mandal bloc, he created his own vote
as per election, with the NDA has more than 50% vote share. फिर तो election भाग जाएगा सर, एक तरफ भागेगा.
वो तो एक तरफ भागेगा. But I think it will depend on what will happen to Bihar politics, the kind of decisions BJP is going to make. If BJP makes a Jharkhand-like decision, they will pay the price of that decision in next election also.
No, which is what?
You got a non-tribal chief minister.
I think with this result, it's very clear that Nitish will be CM. I don't think in a post-Nitish.
Post kind of decision, right? And so it will, see, BJP tried 2 deputy CMs last time, 2 deputy CMs this time. None of them have been able to emerge as sort of
वो
like
नहीं कर पाएंगे sir, and in Bihar it's, I think somewhere it is very simple. You have to defer to Nitish and you have to allow Nitish to announce his legatee. Nitish Kumar has to announce his legatee, whether he announces the legatee from JDU, from BJP or anywhere, and for all you know he will announce somebody from the JDU, and somebody is being groomed, quietly being groomed to take over.
I don't think he's going to announce a legatee. I have a feeling he's going to be like Jayalalitha. He'll say that, look, the people will push forward a leader because he himself...
They still haven't solved that problem.
What he basically, I think, did in 95 onwards, along with George Fernandez and breaking away from the Janata Dal led by Lalu Prasad Yadav at that time, which became the RJD, was to do a Mandal 2.0, which is the salami slicing of the larger OBC bloc. Then he added the women's vote. Now you will have the part 2 of that situation where somebody will have to come and conceptualize a new sort of a social coalition. I don't think that Hindutva even now will be able to win BJP the election in Bihar.
If I may request, let's not talk about post-Nitish Bihar as
Just
of now. Let him...
No. We wish him great health. We wish him great health. We wish him a successful 5-year term as Chief Minister, and also underline the fact कि भाई Tiger अभी जिंदा है, बूढ़ा शेर में अभी भी बहुत ज़्यादा
because you're forgetting neither Prakash Singh Badal vacated the seat nor MK Stalin vacated
but
the
I'm
seat.
just saying, but I feel that the intelligent and the engineer in Nitish, and also a certain level of political astuteness, he will at a point in time know that अगर party को चलाना है तो कोई अगला उत्तराधिकारी घोषित करना पड़ेगा.
Anant, I think if you look at the numbers and the direction the NDA is going, not only is it alliance chemistry, it is also the caste calculus which has worked in their favor. The point which was earlier made, the NDA alliance of the BJP and the JDU brings in different castes. You bring in the upper caste, you bring in the OBC, and you bring in the group that JDU is able to... Also a caste calculus which they have brought in.
Yeah, but if it is the Mahila factor that has actually given the NDA the kind of mandate that the leaderboard currently is reflecting, will the political discourse of Bihar itself change? Priyam Gandhi Modi and the others.
We were talking about what happens now. If these numbers hold and these guys win, what happens now? So especially if the Mahila factor is working, etc., what happens after Nitish? So we've seen this in Maharashtra, that you grow together. There was a belief at one time in Maharashtra that you cannot win without regional parties. The BJP has almost gotten to a point where it is going to be able to win perhaps without a regional party in the next few...
Bihar, I'll tell you one thing. The BJP does not have a leader or a face in Bihar who can actually motivate and mobilize the party and cadre out to choose only for that party. BJP does not have it.
In Maharashtra, BJP went on shopping and they shopped very well.
पैसे हो तो shopping करेंगे.
While comparisons are important, it's important to also understand the political context of a state. Bihar is not like the other states of the country, and the type of alliance the BJP has built up in Bihar is very distinct. And the fact that they had to retain Nitish as part of their alliance indicates the importance of the regional parties for the BJP in Bihar.
And therefore that also Nitish also realized that he can survive and he can prosper only with the NDA and with the BJP.
And therefore, even if the BJP emerges as the single largest party in the NDA, I don't think that would imply any chief minister change. You will still have to go with Nitish Kumar.
No, Nitish will be the chief minister. It is just is there a post-Nitish era in the horizon, and should all parties prepare for that in Bihar, especially within the NDA? That's one question. What they will do in the next 5 years under Nitish Kumar, if these results hold, we'll have to see. Now the lead has slipped down under 150, it's 149.
I think there is one other change that will happen in the next 5 years. If you looked at Hindutva, it was supposedly worked pretty well as an umbrella strategy. I think in Bihar, we have what Professor Shastri said, they've got the caste equations right. But if the BJP and the NDA, I would say overall, is smart, they will shift the narrative to development. Now, it's not the development of Maharashtra, but it's a development of something that is unique to Bihar. Any discussion of post-Nitish, frankly, doesn't really make sense because he's going to be there.
So, next 5 years, they're going to plan what they're going to do. Just another 6 seats to go, of which the leads have not yet come. They have not yet been plotted, viewers. and the NDA has crossed the 150 number again. 152 leads. If those 6 seats come, will this further go inch towards the 160 mark? That's the target that was set by the NDA for themselves. Yes, Nalin, and then Rahul.
So, one of the reasons why Bihar is different, and the point that Professor Shastri was making about the alliance politics, Bihar is unlike UP. So, for example, Bihar has about 10% more forward caste than UP. Bihar has about 4.5% more Yadavs than UP. The 17-18% Muslims roughly. Those get in UP they get divided up, but in Bihar they go either to Congress or RJD. And most importantly, UP has BSP, which cuts about 10%, 12% of the vote, which is not there in Bihar. Which is why alliance matrix in Bihar becomes specifically very, very important. And the BJP's sort of vote base is a very nice complementarity with JDU's vote base. They both need each other significantly.
And it's transferability of votes, which is perhaps not happening in other places.
See, I think Bihar is distinct in the Hindi heartland. Bihar is the only state where BJP never had a CM. In all other Hindi heartland states, BJP had a CM. Second, Bihar politics has always been delivering a coalition government, whereas UP and other states have started delivering single party majority. And the reason that's happening, BJP in Haryana or most states where it entered after 2014, what was the strategy? Basically create a wedge between the OBC caste and a Dalit caste. In Bihar, Nitish Kumar had already done that. He had done the Yadav minus EBC mobilization. He had done the Paswan minus Mahadalit mobilization. Yes. So in that sense, it leaves very little space for the BJP to grow without Nitish Kumar.
And right, Sohail Seth is also there. Just a quick word. Sohail ji, you've been listening. Your thoughts?
My worry is not about Nitish Kumar at all. And by the way, no leader, no politician leaves power on their own violation. Either God calls them or the population calls them back from their offices. My concern here is about the future of the Congress. And since Rashid is there and he's the one person who knows the Congress better than perhaps most people do, my worry is how long will the Congress continue its massive decline because of this intellectual giant they have leading them? Because what is happening is you're destroying a great alternative. I'm not bothered about whether it's Gandhi or Modi or whoever it is. In a democracy, whether you like it or not, Congress is the only other pan-national party. And for the Congress to be consistent both in its decline and denial is something that is worrisome. So since Rashid guides Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis and is the closest advisor to Priyanka, let Rashid wait.
Wait, this is what we're going to do. Room, by the way. Swapan Das Gupta is getting mic'd up. Rashid bhai, please come back into, come to me. Come here. Rashid bhai, come here. This is all live. That's all right. No problem. Our viewers are understanding what we're doing. Aye, Rashid bhai, idhar aye. That question was to you. So you have to answer. I'll have to use my mic. Come. हम शेयर कर लेंगे उसमें क्या?
Mr. Sohail Seth has he's my dear friend, but he always exaggerates. He knows that nobody can advise, Gandhis, particularly Rahul and Priyanka. Like you, I'm an independent observer, and we do comment and make a livelihood out of it. But capacity to advise.
Who has written more books on the Gandhis, which even the Gandhis can't read or haven't read?
I've written on Sindhyas also, so I mean, I don't
you're
advise
talking
them.
about people who don't like to read
but
about themselves.
You see, the Gandhis need to sort of reinvent and look at. They think that it is their, duty to take.
It's called entitlement. It's a simple word, entitlement.
नहीं वो बोल रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस का क्या होगा ये लीडरशिप कब चेंज होगी
Well, I would say the corpse is still alive and kicking, so it will continue.
Anant, there's an old saying in a particular play. It says, "Operation successful, patient dead." That is the surgical prowess of the Congress party
I think
today.
the test of Congress will come in the next round of assembly elections, when it will be a direct contender. Particularly in Kerala,
you said that 10, 11 years ago also. कि उनका टाइम आएगा
11 years ago they won in Kerala.
Now see, by that logic they also won 2 MLA seats in UP. Now Rashid, if you have to defend them, don't
thank you.
defend them itna,
No, thank you Rashid ji. You're going to get some grub. We got Swapan Das Gupta ji is also. Welcome sir, welcome. Thank you very much. आइए. कुर्सी आपके लिए वेकेट कर दी गई, देखिए आपके लिए कुर्सी तैयार है. Yes, yes, Zaka. What's the plot?
So just quick check on the map. So it's 150 par as it were for the NDA. Just a breakup of the alliance partners. The BJP at 68, the JDU at 68. I keep looking at the gains. For the JDU, it's a 25-seat gain from 2020. BJP is down 6, but remember, the BJP is fighting 14 seats less this time. The LJP, and I think this is a pretty good record. Out of 29 seats that he's fighting, he's leading in 14, the Ham Party in 4 and the RLM in 2. But really, I think the story of the NDA alliance is the revival of the JDU. And if you look at the map, it's across. The light green of the JDU is across different regions, whether it's in Bhojpur, whether it is in Magadh, whether it is in the eastern part, the Bhagalpur belt, or even in Mithilanchal. They seem to be doing across regions, and when a party does well across regions, you know it's pulling its weight. So it's neck and neck between the JDU and the BJP as far as the NDA alliance is concerned. India alliance, on the other hand, it's a different story. The only color you see largely is purple, which is the RJD. But even the RJD is 20 seats down from last time. Last time the RJD had 75, they're down to 52. The Congress had 19 last time, they're down to 17. Again, the left parties, between all of them, CPML, CPI, CPM, they had 15 last time, they're down to 7 seats.
Zaka, see, the leads have been at 238 for a while now, but the NDA seat count has been going up. It went up from 152 to 157. That means increasingly, as we are plotting Bihar live for our viewers, as the results are coming in, the leads are coming in, viewers, the NDA is pulling more seats away from the INDIA. Swapanji, welcome. Please, your thoughts. My apologies, you are Swapan and Swapan Das Gupta. I end up saying Swapan Das. My apologies. पहले ही माफी मांग लेता हूँ. Swapan जी बताइए.
Well, thanks for getting the ethnic things right. But I think what's very clear is that this is quite an emphatic mandate. You know, what at least it appears to be at present. And secondly, that the pool machinery which the NDA has set up, which is based not on might or muscle power, it's based really on certain arithmetic, juggling of arithmetic, playing expediently caste politics at times, class politics at times, other factors, whenever it suits them. That seems to have worked again in a very good way, just like it did in Delhi, where really it was the organization at the micro level which played the part, and in Haryana, which too again. So it's that same pattern which is being repeated in Maharashtra, Haryana, Delhi,
160,
Bihar.
240 leads, 160 number. 160 was the target that was set by the NDA. 3 more leads that have yet to come, and they seem to be continuously moving in one way. Is this holds? Yeah. And we are getting into the third round of counting in a lot of the counting centers. First round of counting of EVMs is already done. 46 counting centers and all. Yes.
Trend start when a party or an alliance is ahead.
161 now.
As it closes, they tend to get the advantage.
Together,
so I will not be surprised if that goes even higher as you get to the end.
Now, this is historic. This is a historic mandate. The last time, just past the post, 2 or 3 past the post, there was a lot of noise that you've doctored, engineered the last 10, 12 seats just to get past the post, etc. And this is settled beyond doubt. This is settled beyond. Now, go back to my question in the morning. Ye tonwa thik nahi lag raha hai. Ji.
No, I'm going to go back to that development-led growth conversation, because I think now that for the voting pattern to change from like the caste politics to development-led, performance-led voting, you know, I feel like going back to again what Mr. Seth said, that infrastructure is very much required. I think that increases and changes aspirations of people, and I think that's where BJP kind of brings in its strong suit also in that double engine Sarkar performance, and I think that's the game changer here.
Look at it. Sorry, I'm interrupting. Just have a look at it. 52% vote share. See, this is the NDA's best ever. The NDA has never gotten above 43, 44%, if my memory serves me right. 52%, more than half the percent vote share the NDA has pulled, because the cameos have also been fantastic. LJP, HAM have all added, along with the JDU and the BJP doing well. And look at the INDIA, 37%
gap between the two. It's basically a 2-horse race. I mean, I don't think Jansuraj or any of the other 3rd or 4th players matter in this election. It's a 2-horse race, and if there's a 15% gap between the two alliances, then I think it's a runaway victory, and that's what we're seeing in the seats as well.
In my mind about Tejashwi Yadav,
Right.
Yes, he has done better than the Congress, but the question is, does he offer anything beyond what his father gave him? And I suspect the answer to that is no. He was novelty last time. He's no longer a novelty. Clearly, the people and politics is not about the perfection, finding perfection, but it's about the half loaf, right? So does he offer anything that the people credibly believe will take them to a different level? Now, if he is not able to do that, my personal belief is that Tejashwi's vote share going forward is going to be tough to hold because there will be other people nipping at his heels for that same MY base.
Same MY, but now the MY factor itself changes to Mahila and Yuva.
Correct,
And
exactly.
we're going to quote Sandeep ji very aggressively, and I'm going to borrow him because he said, one, who's got the trust factor? Yes, unemployment is an issue. Who does a Bihar voter trust will solve this issue for us? The second one is the alliance chemistry. Now, this alliance chemistry is far more visible within the NDA than anybody else. We got something else also to show you. Rahul Shivshankar walks in. Good early morning. Yeah, you're walking on a good day and a good time.
Well, the EVMs are not having such a great time, unfortunately, because we've already got the Congress stepping in and saying that, look, when you delete a large number of voters, etc., there's going to be a problem. And of course,
you saw the vote share,
the
right?
EVMs.
You saw the vote share. Now have a look at the YouTube numbers. We got to flaunt it a little because when it swings one way, it swings one way. Just putting out these numbers as Rahul walks in. See, 1 lakh.
Good omen.
1,18,000 concurrent views. So from 83 to 1,18,000, 1,14,000. That's where the numbers are. Viewers, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
These numbers have been consistent through the
over 1,14,000 concurrent views. Please keep watching. Please keep staying on with us. Now we are also adding muscle. So Rahul Shivshankar also walks into this election broadcast where the trends are very strong.
I've been looking at some of the trends that have been coming through. A large number of preconceived notions are now collapsing. So you are seeing also in Simanchal inroads that have been made into seats that were actually RJD and Congress bastions. That tells you that substantially there is also this huge talk about, you see, constant Muslim bastion, this, that, the other. That's beginning to sort of waver too.
And a lot of those are JDU seats. JDU didn't have much in Simanchal last time around. So in Simanchal, the JDU seats.
But so where is the Muslim vote going?
So no, the polarization.
Is it the Muslim vote?
The polarization works both ways, right?
That's right. But
there's a reverse polarization that happens.
But Zaka, the turnouts in these seats in Simanchal were much higher. 10, 12, 15% higher.
That's correct.
And then when you look at Bhojpur, have a look at Bhojpur. There are changes taking place in Bhojpur. There are changes taking place in Mithilanchal. So clearly, obviously, there is a coalition that is coming through and a positive message is being rewarded.
No, absolutely. Look, I've been saying this since morning. When the NDA and particularly the JDU is doing well across regions, then you know it's pulling its weight. It's going towards closer to perhaps even a two-thirds sort of a situation. And if this numbers hold, they might actually get to a two-thirds majority.
The BJP holding its own, is it becoming the default party of choice in Bihar, slowly and steadily? Is that what we're seeing?
So it's 75 to the JDU is now currently the higher party, the larger party in the alliance. The BJP is at 72, LJP at 14. So that's 29 seats that he fought. 14 he's leading in currently. But the JDU and I keep pointing, they had 43 last time.
This is a 50% strike rate.
It's a 50% strike rate.
Adding to the JDU turnout also, because remember it really undercut the JDU in almost those many seats.
The JDU had 43.
Rahul Verma,
up 32 from last time.
I think, see, once you have like a alliance leading in 2/3 of the seats and you have them 50% plus vote share, I think every region sort of caste blocks, everything is going to be flattened. So I don't think that is going to be any different. I think what seems to be happening in favor of the NDA is basically a combination of everything working together. So it looks like at 10 a.m.
You're saying that the Yadav vote has stuck to the RJD. Is that what you're saying? I don't think Yadav, that could be the outcome when you're beginning to lose. Look,
all parties have serious social base. That's why they exist in society, right? So Yadav and Muslims will stick to RJD, but at 50% vote share, there will be a chipping away of some Yadav votes also towards NDA, right? So 80% Yadav may still vote for RJD, but when one sub-coalition is crossing 50% mark, then it's basically going to be gained across segments.
You know the incremental vote which the BJP has got, and I think here BJP, I mean the NDA has got, I think we must really take into account what the SIR has done. Because by eliminating at least the dead voters, you know, you might think, but having fought elections, I can tell you how important that is. Because whoever has the might in the locality ensures that the dead come alive on election day.
Especially in West Bengal.
West Bengal is, of course, a classic example of that. But Bihar, you see, Bihar has moved away from violence to quiet manipulation. And here, I don't think that has been eliminated entirely. But at least what has happened is that here, there has been a far more level playing field which has been in existence. And that has resulted...
Mr. Das Gupta, at least a 5%, if you discount, I would say discount the SIR, there's at least a 5% jump in turnout, which is clearly having an impact.
Which has moved in favor of the BJP NDA.
So this coalition has been better at effectively mobilizing its own voters. That's something that we can say, and is that on the back of a positive?
That's what I'm saying. That's the pattern from Delhi, Haryana, Maharashtra. This has been the pattern. You mobilize every available supporter to turn out.
BJP state chief's first reactions coming through. Let's listen in.
सवाल बीजेपी the state president is with us. दिलीप जी, जो रुझान है इनिशियल रुझान वो आपके फेवर में लग रहे हैं, कैसे देखते हैं?
नहीं, वो तो जनता ने मन बना लिया था। जनता ने मन बना लिया था कि फिर एक बार एनडीए की सरकार बनानी है, और ये आज नहीं, आज करीब 1 महीने से अंदाज लग रहा था कि जनता एक तरफा जो है, जो हमने विकास के काम किए हैं, जो काम